Ray, who's sitting over there. Marcus, the Division 2 Director. And without further ado, let me introduce our esteemed host, Mr. Julie Stevenson.
Thank you so much, everyone. Throughout life, we travel for a variety of reasons. Sometimes we go visit someone, other times we go for vacation or for work. Traveling can reunite long-lost friends, foster a relationship, build a relationship, or just be a personal experience. No matter what the reason for our journey, our memories will last a lifetime. My most memorable trip was while I was in college. I did a study abroad in Costa Rica. The people were absolutely wonderful. Every weekend we'd go to the beach, or we go to see the volcano, or we go to the rainforest. Those are some times I will remember forever. Although I meant to go back, I haven't actually had an opportunity or made the commitment to go back, but that is a time I will remember forever, especially since the family that I was living with did not speak English. At times it was very challenging for me to speak with them. For instance, if I got up early in the morning and I still was waking up and my host mother would ask me a question, and I would think it was a yes or no answer, and I'd answer yes or no, and then she'd ask me again. I realized that wasn't a yes or no answer. I need to figure out more of what she's asking. So it was an interesting experience, and I'll remember it forever. Now I'd like to introduce you to Rob Cantor for the President's message.
Julie, thank you, and thank you for your lovely smile.
Is it 1 to 2
Beautiful
minutes?
Story.
Is it 1 to 2 minutes?
1 to 2 minutes?
Or 2 to 3?
I think we want to limit
2 to 3?
my time as much as we can.
This is for the time.
Brevity is the soul of wit, and I'm trying to be soulful. I'm trying to be soulful.
1 to 2 is enough.
1 to 2 with Rob is like an eternity with others. Good afternoon. I'll say it again. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Everyone say it.
Good afternoon.
And it's good energy that fills this room. And I'm glad to be here with you. It's a special day today. Mark, thank you for joining us and being our sponsor. Today's food is brought to us by the district leadership, who is acknowledging us for growing our club and bringing new members into the fold. Any organization always thrives and survives when we are constantly open to new ideas, new people, and a sense of community. And it's always a challenge, like today, for example, at last moment, like so many of our meetings, because we're all volunteers, there's unexpected bumps. Maybe we don't have enough agendas for everybody. Maybe somebody who was going to do Thought Joke at the last minute had to be interviewed for a job, and of course, we want Liana to get that job, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so the spirit that we have is one of preparedness and following the rules of timing and agenda, combined with the spontaneity and understanding that life happens and life unfolds. So today is a day of celebration. We're welcoming back Barry Court, who used to be a member of ours. Hello, Barry. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're glad to see you. And do you want to say about 15 seconds of introduction for the folks that don't remember you from when we met years ago?
Well, most of the faces here aren't familiar to me, so it looks like you have a lot of new people.
Yes, and we get food that way.
So that's why I'm here. I got invited for food.
We're glad that you're back. So in interest of preserving the brevity and the soul of wit, the green card is one of verdant virtue. I hand back to you, our Toastmaster, Julie. Welcome, everyone.
And just to explain the green card, the timer, would you like to explain the green card and the cards?
Sure. So at the minimum amount of allotted time, so the speech is 2 to 3 minutes. I'll show the green card at 2 minutes. I'll show the yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds. The red card at 3 minutes. And after that, the speaker has 30 seconds. At the end of which I'll show stop now, and the speaker has to stop at that point.
Excellent. Thank you, Sandeep. Now I'd like to introduce Chris Bassett. Chris Bassett shared with me one of his most memorable trips. He was going with a friend to the French and Swiss Alps for a backpacking trip during the summer after graduating high school. He joined a guided troop and spent 2 weeks hiking all day in the mountains and on the glaciers and staying in the wilderness in huts at night. That sounds like an amazing experience. He had lots of fun and had so many breathtaking views. Welcome, Chris Bassett.
Hello everyone. Today I'll be serving as your grammarian, which means I'll be keeping track of everyone's use of filler words such as but, and so. My other job is to come up with a word of the day. And so for the word of the day, I was looking for a word that would lend itself to describing the sights and wonders often seen when traveling. So the word I chose is resplendent. It's an adjective, and it means shining brilliantly, gleaming, or splendid. Some examples of resplendent used in a sentence. The old farmhouse appeared almost resplendent in the golden sunlight. The resplendent nature of the garden greatly improved the curb appeal of the otherwise drab cottage. The nearby snowy mountain peak looked resplendent and magnificent as the sun emerged from the clouds. So please do your best to try and use resplendent in your speeches today. I'll be keeping track of who uses it, and I will report back on the filler words and the use of the word of the day towards the end of the meeting. Thank you.
One of the experiences I have had while traveling has been viewing sunshines or sunrises, and I consider them to be very resplendent. Now I'd like to introduce you to Leslie. She's going to be doing the thought of the joke for today. And I don't have a thing about you. Would you like to say something about traveling? Or not?
Yeah. Okay.
Just use it for a thought too.
Okay. So quickly about traveling, I really want to go back to Africa, particularly to South Africa, where Peter and I went on safari a few years back, to a place where they rehabilitate animals that have been nearly poached out of existence. And they do the work not only of physically rehabilitating animals, but psychological rehabilitation. So for instance, elephants who have witnessed their families being poached and killed experience the same level of trauma as humans and require psychological rehabilitation in order to recover and function and be able to function in the wild. So since I've worked in rehabilitation with people, and I've done so with animals, I really want to go back to Africa and pick up and spend some time doing this. I turned it into the thought joke.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you.